of a Vlogger is a real treat of a movie. It feels as if it's been tailored solely to me, but I'm sure it's not. But I found it to be engaging, full of wonderful characters, a storyline that really did shift and change all the way through. I never really was too sure about what was going to happen next, and created some genuine scares and atmosphere. And it's really done well, and a low budget with pretty much what this guy has had at hand to do to make this type of thing. The person who I'm talking about is Hughes, who has written, produced and directed this really odd but fantastic movie. It's done like a kind of faux documentary. It's all about this blogger who breaks the mould when there is some ghostly stuff happens in one of his videos that he just can't account for. The videos go viral. He starts to build up this kind of quick fire fame. It's hard to deal with. Him and his friend try to upload more videos talking about what happened, and and anything else that's occurred since then. And comes a paranormal investigator in to discuss about the ghost, find out the history of the building. Then comes a debunker in later on. It's rather layered, and it's really subtle in the way that it's made. It starts off like a typical sort of YouTube video with just a one-to-one connection, talking to the camera, and sometimes that can be a really strong thing when you have an engaging character delivering a story that's making you sit up and pay attention. Right away, you find Graham to be an engaging person. I warmed to him almost immediately, and I liked the way he told a story, and it kept me hooked on the movie. By the time they start to slowly drip feed other characters and some of the spooky goings on, I was hooked. And every time I had this movie pegged of where it was going, it would pull the rug from under my feet, and not in a way that felt cheap or tacky, in a way that felt genuine and really surprising as well. This was one of those movies that just worked tremendously well. I found all the characters to be really great. Now, we get various forms of footage in this. We get handheld footage, we get just talking to the camera, we get third person recording it. At one point there is a terrific 360 camera that has been edited in a fun way, and I found it to be one of the more visually striking elements of the film, something I hadn't seen really done before, but I thought it was terrifically well set up, delivered, and the payoff for that was really well done. The characters who are taking part within these clips also appear as a talking head at a certain point, just telling their version of the story, and it, like a good documentary, starts to give you more and more information to piece together a picture that you didn't really know was coming into sight. And although there's not much money spent on this, what has been done is really creative on a base level throughout the storytelling, throughout the characters. Some of the tongue-in-cheek funny moments are just great. There is a larger-than-life character, a psychic medium, who plays it pretty straight-faced but is really funny with his delivery. I found that levity to be really fun. It's a kind of character that you've seen plenty of times before, so you instantly put all of your preconceptions onto that character, and he delivers in almost every way for that. It was the twists and the turns that kept me surprised throughout the movie, that kept me engaged every time. I was sure I knew what was coming next. Something else marvellous would happen. There is some genuine atmosphere within this as well. The ghostly apparitions, the creep factor was just out of this world. I was terrified watching this in certain points. The real effectiveness of the way he uses the camera is terrifically well done. Lots of voids in the background, lots of hallways where things can pop out and scare you, and genuinely they do. Not really a lot of jump scares in this, but you're almost sitting tentatively waiting on the next thing to appear in the frame. As the camera moves about his flat or down the staircase or whatever, as it turns a corner, you're always waiting on something to jump out. It doesn't always, but when it does, it's super effective. This movie had everything from me. Great characters, some unique camera work, some great atmosphere, and at its heart, the thing that drives it forward is an absolutely fantastic storyline. I love this movie. I can't wait to watch it again. I can't wait to get my hands on a physical copy and add it to my collection. I think this is a real treat of a movie, and I hope that you love it as much as I did. If you've seen it, if you're going to check it out, let me know in the comment box below your thoughts on this movie, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.